Welcome back to Emmanuella's Fun Zone. Today is a super special episode because I have a guest on my channel today. Drum roll please. My grandpa. And guess what? It's his birthday today. My grandpa is the coolest and kindest person ever. And today I got to interview him, learn about his secrets of life, fun, and being awesome. So let's dive into it. So Grandpa, just to get started, please introduce yourself. What is your name?
My name's Elder Golden and Martin Joko.
Wow, that's amazing. Did your parents ever tell you why they named you Golden?
I can guess.
Okay, what's your guess?
Because I was fair complexion and a handsome young man that time.
So the next question is, what's the funniest thing that you did as a kid that got you into trouble?
It wasn't funny, really. I always took interest in watching the tipper loads of sand coming on the road, and I always want to know how many times I cross the road before it gets to me. And it landed me in a very serious problem. A lady who used to be a watchdog in our primary school that time was directly behind me. And that tipper nearly ran over me. So she caught me and beat her out of me. And the report went to my dad in Aba, and he whisked me home. So I left the village to Aba. That's how I got to Aba.
Wow, you were really young to be crossing the road by yourself at that time in grade 1. What's a tipper?
Tipper that carries sand, load of sand, you know.
Oh,
River
before
sand.
the truck gets to you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so next up is, what was your favorite snack or treat as a kid to eat?
Well, I prefer what you call crackers.
Oh, you liked crackers?
Crackers and with granite.
Okay, so now I want to ask, what games did you and your friends play when you were a kid?
We played what you call it, tennis football.
Tennis?
Tennis football. Or tennis football or orange football.
That sounds really fun.
Pluck orange seeds or the tennis ball we use for lawn tennis. We use it for football. That is when we were kids.
So what other games did you play when you were a kid?
It was basically playing football.
Football, tennis?
Tennis was when we grew up. We have this, when we went to secondary school, we said playing tennis. We draw tennis this in, on the ground and be tossing ball there.
That sounds fun. I think you really liked sports when you were
Yes,
a
I
kid.
like sports at that time.
So Grandpa, you threw a tennis board on the ground and then you tossed it.
Yes, how we use the tennis ball to, draw it, just draw the ball, just draw it as it is on the field,
So Grandpa, right now I'm in grade 5, and I think that's the same as primary 5 for Nigeria. So did you have a favorite subject in primary school, and what was it?
Yeah, literature.
Why did you like...
Storytelling, reading books. I read books voraciously, I read newspapers, and I developed interest in literature.
Why did you like literature so much?
Like I told you, storytelling, and you can write essays like this.
I really like to read too.
Good.
Grandpa, what was your favorite story to read?
Folklore.
Folklore. Do you have a particular one that you enjoyed?
It's a long time.
It's a long time
It's a
ago.
long
Okay.
time, At that time, my folklore center on a tortoise. It was a very tricky animal, you know.
That sounds interesting. So the next question is, right now, Grandpa, you're 83 and you look really young. So what keeps you young?
God. God keeps you young and you don't bear grudges and you forgive easily. Forgive and forget. It helps a lot.
Okay, so if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be?
Come again. I didn't get the question.
If you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
Honest. Not bearing grudge. And forgiving.
Well, Grandpa, those are good traits to have. So,
Vanessa, if you had to describe Grandpa in 3 words, what would you describe him as?
I think kind, smart, and loyal.
Okay. Sounds about right.
So, what's something that makes you laugh no matter what?
Good jokes.
Good jokes?
Good jokes.
I like jokes too because I think
Yeah,
they're very
good jokes,
funny.
you know.
Vanessa, do you have a joke to tell?
Right now,
You don't have one?
I don't
I do.
You do. Okay, tell us one. Tell us a joke.
What's brown and sticky?
Brown and sticky. I don't know. What's brown and sticky?
A stick.
Okay. That's funny. All right, next question.
Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite song? And can you sing a little bit for us?
Wow. I can't just know. Nearer my God to the nearer to the. I can't. But that's the heading of the song.
Grandpa, is that a Christian song?
It's a hymn now.
A hymn, okay.
Hymn now.
But you don't know the rest of the.
Yes, I don't know. I can't.
Hear my hair. Okay.
Okay. So, next of all is, if you could go back in time to give yourself advice, what would your advice be?
To give your younger self advice.
Yeah, to give your younger self advice, what would
What would you tell yourself, your
Yeah.
younger self?
Let's get the question again.
Repeat the question, Nessa.
So, if you could go back in time and see your younger self, what advice would you give yourself a long time ago?
Minimize playing. I used to play a lot that time. Minimize tricks and eat very well, because at times you forgo your meal because of games of playing. Children playing. I'm always attracted when my mates come around. So let's play. I can forgo my meal, and and my mother doesn't take kindly about it.
I think that's a really good one because when you're a kid, you like to play a lot.
So Grandpa, that's advice you would give yourself as a kid, right? What advice would you give yourself if you were to go back in time and see your 20-year-old or 30-year-old self? What advice would you give yourself at that time?
Maybe to be serious-minded,
Okay.
Always be serious-minded in whatever assignment, because at times we take things for granted, and we don't take things very seriously. Be a serious-minded person. So that it can be productive.
That's good.
So to give yourself give 100% to anything you put your mind towards.
Yes, you got it. Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Good advice.
So what do you think is the most important in life?
Life. Most importantly, worship your God in truth and in spirit. Make friends that are useful, not lay about friends, friends who are industrious, friends who are forthright and who are intelligent.
I think those things are also very important.
Yes.
So I guess, Grandpa, what you're saying is that it's very important who you surround yourself with, like who you surround yourself with. It's really, really important.
It's very, very
It's very
important.
important.
Yeah, because
Like my father would say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Are you getting me? Show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are, that kind of thing. So by the kind of association you make, one can determine your character.
so you're saying that who you surround yourself with is who you might become.
It's that kind of thing, because iron sharpens iron.
Okay, so the last question is, could you tell us a proverb in Igbo?
Proverb in Igbo. Anulata echibunta.
Could you say it slower so I could repeat with you?
Anulata.
Anulata.
Yes. If I miss you today, tomorrow's another day.
Could you say it again so we can say it? Anulata.
That's assuming you went to the bush to hunt, and when you got there, almost all the animals have disappeared, or you don't see any. Then you say, okay, today is gone, but tomorrow, that's why you have hope that tomorrow will be better.
So anulata echibunta. Can you say it?
Anulata.
If they don't come up today, tomorrow is another day.
So anulata.
Anulat today. Ta is today.
Anulata.
Yes.
Echibunta. Anulata echibunta. Yes. So
Anulata ejibunta.
So it means if it doesn't work out today, it's going to work out tomorrow. It's going to work out
So
tomorrow.
always have hope.
Always have hope for
the next day.
For the next day. Yes. Before we do a cose of, Grandpa, do you have any words, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, because I'm excited. That my granddaughters will be interviewing me. It's a pleasure, it's a thing of joy. It's a real opportunity for me to be alive, and today is my 83rd birthday. It's a pleasure to me, and I thank God for it. So that at least interacting with my grandchildren and interviewing me, I think anybody in my shoe will be so happy, so glad. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And we had lots of fun interviewing you.
Grandpa, we're really happy that we get to spend your birthday with you today. And I do have one question I'm going to answer, but I have for Emmanuella, then I'm going to answer the question as well. Do you have any fun memory you can think of with Grandpa? Anything comes to mind, or any memory at all comes to mind?
I think there's no one memory, but I think it's just like whenever Grandpa is around, it's fun
Yeah.
to have Grandpa.
I think a fun memory for me when I think is when I was like being younger and always having to go to Oma. Yeah, that's where Grandma and Grandpa live. Or they live. Always having to go there during the holidays with my brothers and just spend the holidays there with them. There's a lot of fun memory I can think of. I have a memory of being when they would gift me every time they would come to visit. They would buy a game for us. There was this game, I don't recall what it was called, but it was very exciting. It was a game that we could play, and I got one, my brother got one. I don't know, there's just lots of fun memories, but I think these are little memories I think about when I think about like my time with like Grandpa and Grandma.
And you like Grandma cooking?
I know, yeah.
Jollof rice.
I know, Grandma's jollof rice. Grandma's jollof rice.
And when you went back to where you put your mother in the difficult situation to cook that jollof rice, jollof rice.
My mother could never live up to Grandma. Her jollof rice could never live up to Grandma's jollof rice. I loved Grandma's jollof rice. I loved Grandma's soup. That was all like. I think her soup is the only soup I can actually eat. I love her soup. It's called ofe achara, delicious soup. And anyways, yeah, these are little memories I have with my grandparents.
So it was really fun to interview Grandpa today. And if you like this video, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. And I hope to see you next time. Bye everyone and have an amazing day.